me, the most useful piece of the survey is when you receive, when you complete the survey and you say, yes, you made the certification threshold, then you receive your results. So then you can dig into, okay, what did my employees say? What are my high statements, my low statements? What do their open-ended comments look like? And so the opportunity for learning and actioning on those results, that's what drives your culture forward. Yeah. So if you, if you have the branding, that part is good and it's good for morale and pride. But eventually, if employees don't see things changing at work based on their feedback, then it sort of goes the other way, right? So you really have a responsibility. If you're going to ask your employees what they think, then you have a responsibility to sort of take some action on that as well. And I mean, that's what I love doing, working with organizations to really try and get to those low-hanging fruits. What are the most important parts of what your employees said? You know, I always say, if you want to know what your employees think, just ask them. They'll tell you. It's not rocket science. Yeah. Right? It's not rocket science. And so when employees are telling you, you know, one of the most common ones we have, they might have high levels of trust, but management shows appreciation for good work and extra effort. That's often a low statement. So, and they say, well, we have a thanking platform. Okay, so, okay, what is it about the way you thank in your company? Because you can't, numbers don't lie, right? So you may have the best thanking programs in the world, but if nobody's using them in a sincere way that makes employees feel appreciated, then that program is not the right fit for your company. Yeah. And so that's what I like to do, is help uncover the gaps in workplace experience between what you're currently doing, what are those people practices and everyday behaviors you have in place, and how are employees experiencing them. So in other words, the gap between where employees are now in the culture you want to create, right?
Right.
And so that's where the analysis comes in, and that's where our expertise comes in, because we've literally seen thousands of companies over the years on these similar journeys with similar sticking points and similar challenges. And so then we can share what other companies have done to overcome that hurdle. But really, one of the really important things we say is having the people programs in place is important, but not as important as the behavior of your frontline leaders. And so, you know, you might have RSP top up and 4 weeks vacation and great benefits. But if your immediate manager is a jerk, that's what you're thinking about when you're going to work each day.
It's probably the only thing you're thinking about.
Yeah. And so the other thing we do, so we work with companies on sort of evaluating from a strategic level, what does your people programming look like and how is that landing with your people? But on the other side, we also work on everyday behaviors anybody can incorporate. So for instance, if you're a leader that doesn't remember to say thank you, then we have little tips and tricks for making those reminders and developing those habits so that your employees feel appreciated.